What's up guys, it's Oblivious Gamer here, and today I wanted to give my impressions on Zoids Infinity Blast. And this game is really something. It feels so much better, and it's a clear improvement from Blast Unleashed, which the more I play Infinity Blast, the more I'm finding Blast Unleashed to be bad. Before I continue guys, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. Now, as I stated before, in the West, we recently got a Zoids game, which was Zoids Wild Blast Unleashed. And I did impressions on the game, and to be honest, the roster was small, but the Zoids and gameplay I personally felt was really unique and could be fun. However, the game just lacked in content. There was really nothing to do except the mission mode or story mode, which was boring to be honest, and no online multiplayer. And if I'm being honest, for $40, you could get much better games. Zoids Wild Blast Unleashed is just garbage to be honest. Now, in Japan, they released a sequel with Zoids Infinity Blast, which came out November 26th. And the game, I would say, for those that don't know, is basically like an arena fighting game where you will control Zoids and battle 1v1 against opponents. And to be honest, this game feels like they took the base that Zoids Wild Blast Unleashed established and built something from that, which is really surprising. After playing Infinity Blast, I have to say, it makes Blast Unleashed feel like a demo for this game. It just makes me wonder why they released Blast Unleashed when you could have relaunched your franchise with Infinity Blast, a better game that actually has content. Obviously, this game is not perfect. It has its flaws, which I will get to, but it is such an improvement from the first game, and I feel it is worthy to highlight that. Now to start, the game seems to be more open. It's not just focused on Zoids Wild. So there's Zoids from Chaotic Century. You get to see Blade Liger, Command Wolf, Genobreaker. There are a lot more Zoids, and they all feel unique and fun to play. Though I want to point out, they just literally copy and pasted all the Zoids from Blast Unleashed and their moves, though the game didn't have many Zoids, so it's not like half of the roster is copy and pasted. It's just like, I think like 10 of the Zoids are just copy and paste, which again is not even half of the roster. Now, Infinity Blast has a roster size of 30 Zoids, and you might be thinking, is that it? Well, have you ever felt like, for example, I love Blade Liger, but I wish he had more range options when fighting opponents? Well, how about this? Now you can put this giant railgun to Blade Liger if you so wished. A huge feature that Infinity Blast has is that there's a decent amount of customization to all of the Zoids. You are able to change the colors, and it's surprisingly very deep how much you can customize just with the colors, as you can see. So you will be able to come up with a very unique looking Zoid when it comes to color schemes. The customization doesn't end in colors. As I briefly mentioned, you will be able to add parts to the Zoids to improve their arsenal. And there's a variety. The game says 150 parts, which is quite a lot. You got melee focus additions, you got missile launchers, Gatling guns, rail guns, and even parts that just boost the overall performance of the Zoid. So the game features a good amount of customization, and I feel you will be able to make a really unique Zoid and see which additional weapons might fit better to the Zoid or with your game style. Now, the game basically is divided into battle, where you can battle the computer or a second player. Then you have the option where you can check on the Zoids and customize them how you want. And then the final option is like a mission mode or a quest mode, which again is basically divided into mission mode, which has its own unique story, continuous battle, where you will fight a certain amount of Zoids, and tutorial, which teaches you how to play the game. Now, mission mode has, as I mentioned, a unique story, which is okay. I mean, is much better than Blast Unleashed, but don't expect anything substantial. Now, the great thing about mission mode is that playing the mission, you will be unlocking Zoids, colors, and parts too. Also, completing the mission grants you money, which you can use to purchase parts also. I feel this mission mode is a lot better because you have a reason to do them, which is to gain more parts or more colors or a new Zoid. There's a reason for you to keep doing them, where Blast Unleashed would just give you a letter grade and that was your reward. Also, some of the missions are really interesting, such as fighting multiple enemies or fighting strong bosses with the help of another Zoid. I mean, yes, it's not something crazy, but I feel it adds a little more and helps you to not get tired of just fighting constantly against enemies since there is some variety. Now I want to point out, just like in Blast Unleashed, there is no multiplayer, which shocked me again. They added local communication mode where you can play against somebody with another Switch who owns the game, but that's it. And believe me, I still don't understand why they won't add online multiplayer. It's not like there's a current pandemic going on, right? Hell, with how things are going, there's no way I would be bringing people to my place, especially just to play Zoids. So it sucks a little because I think this game could be a lot of fun and interesting if you could play against people online. Gameplay in this game is just like Blast Unleashed. You have a weak and a strong attack, you have a defense button, you have a dodge button, a counter button. Zoids have abilities that you can use, which every time you use one, you have to wait to use it again. Then you have like a super mode and like a finisher, with the addition of extra weaponry that use some extra buttons, but it still works like the abilities where you have to wait for a cooldown to use them again. If you play Blast Unleashed, you would feel right on home here with the gameplay, which was one of the things I enjoyed, and how every Zoid felt unique and had their own unique gimmicks. And I'm happy to say they actually kept that and added new Zoids that feel unique all in their own way and are very fun to play. I feel Zoids Infinity Blast can be a really fun game, especially for Zoids fans who have been waiting for a game that is good or, has some content. Though it still doesn't have online multiplayer, I feel this is not a game I would recommend to everyone because for now, you will need to import this game since no word on when it will come to the West, and it will probably cost you $60. So if you're a die-hard Zoids fan that really wants a game, then I would say sure, buy this game for its price. I mean, I'm happy with my purchase personally, and I feel it's worth it, but again, I have to be objective here. And if you're someone who is like undecided, I would personally say if you find this game for like $40, then yeah, you should buy it then. But again, it doesn't have online multiplayer, and I feel for a $60 game with just single player content that I feel it's more fan service more than anything. It is really hard to just say everyone buy this game unless you're a die-hard Zoids fan. So if you're not, or you're like very undecided, like I said, I feel you should get this game if you can find it for $40 or wait until it comes to the West. Now I do hope that the next Zoids game that they release, they actually add multiplayer, because I feel it's a feature that they're really missing, especially if they keep trying to expand this series. More than anything, I feel it's a feature that they need to add eventually, and it's a must for a arena fighting game. So yeah guys, I really enjoy this game, but I feel it would really depend on you if you are willing to pay full price plus importation to get the game right now, or wait for it to come to the West. So yeah guys, this has been Oblivious Gamer, and I hope you'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you are.